Me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
All right, guys, how we doing tonight? Another video really quick here from Cities and Suburbs. Just wanted to catch up with you because it's been a couple of weeks and I know how much you miss me. Anyway, kidding around. It is, what is it today? It is April 12th. And we are experiencing the second season of the Worcester Red Sox, the Woo Sox, if you will, who I believe today, could check the standings here, but I believe the Worcester Red Sox in their home opener defeated the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs 8-1. And we all know that the Worcester Red Sox are the affiliate and the AAA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox. So, yeah, the city was alive today. The Canal District's all abuzz. We're going to get into that in a couple of minutes here. But just wanted to give you a few numbers here. You know, lately we've been hearing about the upkick and the coronavirus. It just doesn't seem we can escape from this thing, okay? This virus. China, we're hearing more about that. We're hearing more about what's going on in Europe and Asia than sometimes we hear what's going on in our own backyard. That's why I want to bring you up to date a little bit. But yeah, China has a zero COVID policy. They have a zero COVID policy. Now, I'm not sure if that's to, give myself a little boost here, to show the world that they have this thing under control, and they take it seriously. We all know that the silly C-19, and I don't mean that jokingly, I just mean how did this happen and why did it happen? Hopefully history will go back and help us out, figure that out, but has killed over 6 million people worldwide, right? So we have major cities in China, Shanghai in particularly, you know, Americans being encouraged to see you later, come back home, or maybe some other place. But if you're leaving Shanghai and you're an American, you're going to have to go through so much paperwork. So much paperwork. Just to go from one country to the next, you have to understand the policies and things like that. So, I mean, you know, even Canada was kind of like, you know, last year and even this year, you know, they're still very strict on, like NBA players who can cross the line and who can play in Canada if you're not vaccinated and this. But you know, it's still around in terms of it. Well, just like any disease or flu, it's going to be around. So the COVID-19 here in the antiquated Massachusetts mass.gov dashboard, by the way, thank you very much. You know, my God. Anyway, it looks like there were 12 new confirmed deaths reported. And there were a total of 19,049 confirmed deaths due to COVID, not probable cases. It looks like today, and this is on the COVID-19, Massachusetts Department of Public Health at a glance. 1,712 new confirmed cases reported, bringing the total to 1,580,245 total confirmed cases since this whole storm began. So anyway, yes, if you want to mask up. Again, my immune system is here for a reason. jabbed 3 times, and actually, does that, I mean, look at the Biden administration, his whole entourage, his whole cabinet, if you will, whatever nice name you want to call it. We won't call it an entourage. I think that's what maybe Kim Kardashian would have or whatever, but Joe Biden has a cabinet, yes. And they were all jabbed. We think, right? We know the president was because he rolled up his sleeve, last year and got the jab. But who knows as far as the others. But it's going to make the rounds. It's a variant. It's getting more desperate. We've said this before. It wants to live just like anything. So that's the C19 update, and the Woo Sox opening day today again defeated the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs from Pennsylvania, 8-1. And there's been a lot of controversy about the development that hasn't happened because the park had a 30-year plan to pay for itself, so it wouldn't be a burden on the taxpayer. $130 million, and I say, wow, $130 million. What's $130 million right now, 30 years from now? But still, nonetheless, there's so much infusion of dollars around the Canal District. We still have our issues. My issue is that, every day when I turn on local radio, the Canal District, the Canal District, the Canal District. Meanwhile, Main Street, okay, which is a very long street, guys. It goes from Lincoln Square, okay, all the way to Stafford Street, okay? It has to be 2 + 3 miles long, My interpretation or my perception of Main Street in Worcester right now, it all looks the same to me. I mean, I go downtown and I see really great buildings and, Mechanics Hall and all these nice, Greek Revival and Greco-Roman architecture and some French architecture. Nice buildings, great buildings, but man, they're all empty, I heard a radio show saying, the Denholm building right now, okay, the Worcester Redevelopment Authority purchased that. It's going down. It's going down. The building has been around since the 1880s. And so why you create all this activity, there's activity and then there's actually nightlife and people who live in an area. Now, the Canal District is, the life science building that's going to happen, the new garage. We're going to have retail, on the ground floor. I always hear there's going to be retail on the ground floor. Man, I mean, I heard that when Union Station was redeveloped in the back of Union Station, where the Kenmore Diner is, and I probably said this 2 friggin' years ago. I'm sorry for repeating myself, but if something would happen with retail in Worcester, and where the density is, then I wouldn't keep talking about it. But, behind, the Worcester Center and around the Temple Street area, the Union Station, the properties are still, they can't rent them. There's so much empty storefronts, and they're nice storefronts now. They restored them. You go along Front Street until you get to the Bear Garden. Oh, that's nice. To me, it looks like a jungle gym. And then you get into the recolonization of Worcester downtown by a gentrification method, as far as I'm concerned. And you see people on their cell phones, but still, there's no shops, there's no boutiques, and they say, well, maybe we can, when are we having a supermarket move downtown? The retail on Main Street, and guaranteed, Main Street's a long street. Main South right now, Main South infuses millions of dollars into and particularly the Main South Community Development Corporation has grants to help one-story buildings that have been empty for a long time. I mean, I read more about what's going on in a positive way in Main South than I do Main Street. I'm just saying. So that's what I see. And Worcester also, speaking with some people a few weeks ago, still has a flippin' trash problem. Even in, over-glorified Canal District. Nip bottles, nip bottles, nip bottles. Anyway, do you guys think nip bottles should be banned? I do. Forget about those things. So, we have all these things going on. We have the Worcester's 300th anniversary, 1722, coming up here in 2022. There's going to be a lot of activities downtown in June. And I'm going to ask you guys now. I'm a Worcester guy. Hold on here, man. I created my Worcester bookmarks many, many years ago. And I'm thinking about doing something and participating in Worcester's organized 300th anniversary as a village, Quinsigamon, as it was, and then renamed in 1713 to Worcester, became a city in 1848. Levi Lincoln was the first mayor. When we had a strong mayor, now we have the whatever. But anyway, I want to get involved with this. I want to help maybe have a table or give a tour of the common. What do you guys think, man? You think I could do that? Give me some feedback below anyway. And, I'm just messing with you. But you know what? I'm really not messing with you. Worcester's a great town. But I'll tell you what, we have a long way to go. We just can't infuse dollars and, broker Worcester's future away, And we can't expect, Polar Park, it reminds me of the Worcester Center. If you were around, it was called the Worcester Center before the Worcester Galleria and whatever, and now it's gone, and when we start, really relying on one area of the city, to be our calling card, that it has to leach out and create activity, economic value in the whole city. But a main street in any town, when I go through towns, I look at the main street, small towns. Southbridge has a beautiful main street, beautiful landscape and whatever. It should leach from that point out. Worcester has always grown from the outside in. And it's still his problem, and it's hereditary. And anyway, see you next time, guys. Take care from the cities and suburbs.